Hello and welcome to the channel, guys. This is Everything Barcelona. Let's just look at the agenda and then we'll get talking. The Neymar Saga is finally over. Tense situation in the Barcelona dressing room. Messi can leave Barca whenever he wants. Bartomeu's interview highlights. Okay, let's get started. The Neymar Saga is finally over, isn't it?
I'm not so sure, actually. The Neymar Saga is supposed to be over. The transfer window is shut. If you've been living under a rock and don't know what happened, then he did not join Barcelona. But a lot has been revealed since the window shut, and it seems like there were serious negotiations going on, and Neymar did everything in his power to try and push his move to Barcelona. Piqué and Suarez gave interviews recently where they mentioned that Neymar did everything and the club did everything, but it was just not possible to bring him back. Now that it did not happen this season, there are already rumors that we're going to try and bring him back next season. I was going to say that this is all rubbish, but then Bartomeu's interview happened, and he confirmed basically in his interview that we're not going to try and sign Neymar in January, but we may try and sign him next summer if the sporting project calls for it, which is basically confirming that we'll try and sign him next summer again. Also, if PSG doesn't budge with their demands next year, there is a FIFA mandated way for players who are unhappy with their clubs to buy their freedom after 3 years, which would cost about 170 million in case of Neymar. And Barcelona could actually be willing to pay 170 million euros to buy Neymar next season. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. But what I mean to say here is that this saga doesn't seem to be quite over yet. There's more to come, either in January or probably next summer. Now though, the situation for us is still that we are a strong team without Neymar. We have Messi, we have Griezmann, we have Suarez, we have Dembele. The only real question is for PSG and for Neymar. How are they going to mend their broken relationship? How is Neymar going to make it up to the fans? So there's really a lot of questions on the PSG side. For us, it's just business as usual.
Alright, there are some reports about some tense situation in the Barcelona dressing room. Players are not really getting along. What's going on there?
Well, I just said that nothing changes from the end of the Neymar transfer saga, but the Spanish media seems to claim otherwise. They say that the end of the Neymar saga has reportedly caused a tense situation in the Barcelona dressing room. Basically, most of the senior players wanted Neymar back. Suarez and Piqué have publicly made it clear that they would have liked to have him back, and they reportedly view the board not signing Neymar as a huge failure. The other players though, that is to say Dembele, Rakitic, Todibo, all the ones that were discussed in the negotiation process, are kind of pissed off with the management that they've been treated as pieces in a game that could be exchanged without really having a discussion with them. This might have especially been kind of insulting for senior players like Rakitic, who are not young anymore and would like such things to be discussed in person before the club goes and negotiates with other clubs to actually decide to sell him. And there are even some reports that suggest that there is more hostility now towards Dembele in the dressing room because he's the one who rejected the move to PSG that would have facilitated Neymar's move to Barcelona. Now, I don't really believe that all of this is true, and even if it was all true, I think this is going to be very short-lived, especially as the season picks up momentum. Also, Bartomeu went on an interview and rejected all these claims, and he said that the dressing room has no say in who we're going to sign, and that PSG is the one who mentioned these players, and Barca didn't really put forward any names.
Alright, there is this clause in Messi's contract that was revealed and it has been attracting a lot of media attention. What exactly is going on?
Well, so there's a clause in Messi's contract that allows him to leave Barcelona after any season until 2021, which is when his contract ends, if he feels that he wants to leave. The club has confirmed that the clause exists, but they're kind of calm that this is not an issue as such. I personally think that this is frankly being made into a much bigger deal than it deserves to be, because this is actually no news at all. Messi won't leave Barcelona for any other European club until he retires, and he has made it very clear that he's going to stay at Barcelona. This is seriously no news at all. I don't know why this is being made such a huge deal. There was a similar clause in Iniesta's contract as well.
Okay, so Barcelona President Bartomeu gave an interview today and he went over a huge number of topics. Let's just look at the highlights from there today.
Yeah, he went over a lot of topics, but I'm just going to pick the most relevant ones to most Barcelona fans and highlight those. So one of the things he mentioned was that he's not going to stand for the elections in 2021. He's not going to be a candidate there. That means we are going to have a new president after 2021 for sure. There were a lot of people who believe that he's going to try to run for another term, but that's not going to be the case. Another thing he mentioned was that there are talks going on with Barcelona legend Carles Puyol to join the club management, and he also said that there might be an agreement soon in the next few weeks. He also mentioned that the club is economically solid, which seems kind of strange to me because we had to take a loan to get Griezmann. We are hitting the wage limit and we have the highest wage bill in Europe, but he seems to say that we are still doing fine economically. So It's all good. And he was also asked about De Ligt signing for Juventus instead of Barcelona, and he just had one thing to say. We tried to sign De Ligt, but De Ligt didn't want to come to Barcelona. That's all. And then, of course, there were a barrage of questions about the Neymar transfer. And basically, the gist of what he said was, Neymar did everything to sign for Barcelona. Barcelona did everything to bring Neymar back, but PSG didn't budge. He also went on to say that there won't be any advancement from Barcelona to sign Neymar in January, but there might be one next summer depending on the sporting project. He also confirmed that there were other teams, including Real Madrid, who were trying to negotiate with PSG to buy Neymar, but Neymar made it clear that he only wanted to join Barcelona. So there you have it. Neymar seems to have done everything that's possible from his side to come back to Barcelona, but PSG didn't think Barcelona's offer for Neymar was good enough.
Just a few more updates for you guys. Barcelona has now submitted the Champions League squad for the group stages. There's no surprise here. The B list includes Ansu Fati, Carles Perez, Ricky Puig, Abel Ruiz, and Iñaki Pina. The FIFA Fifth Pro World 11 nominees were announced, and there are 11 Barcelona players in the nominees. This includes Busquets, Alba, Ter Stegen, Piqué, Rakitic, Vidal, Arthur, Griezmann, Messi, Suarez, and De Jong. And just a few injury updates. Messi is recovering well. He's ahead of Suarez in his recovery, and both of them are expected to be back for the match against Valencia. Dembele, though, is going to be out for a little longer than these two. Alright, that's it for now, guys. We'll be back with more updates soon. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all.